The Matrix, Keanu Reeves.
John Wick 4, or all 4 of the John Wicks.
He's such an amazing actor, and we wanted to spend some time today reacting to a post that he posted on Facebook about his life that is so tragic, but also so full of hope for the men, women, and children in this generation.
It's crazy. As you can see, he's really supporting this photo right now for the stolen children, for all the difficult things that are happening around the world in that regard.
Trafficking.
So we have a post, as you can see, that is going viral right now on social media. It's deep, but we're going to have you read it out. It's
fasten your seatbelts, guys. This is going to be a little different than what we normally do.
Yeah, it's going to be a little more emotional, I'm sure.
A little more heartfelt. We really want you guys to connect with the emotion in this post as we go through it. So we're going to go ahead and read it out for you.
All right.
Keanu Reeves and Every Child Matters. This Matrix movie star Keanu Reeves, he was abandoned by his father at 3 years old and grew up with 3 different stepfathers. He's dyslexic. His dream of becoming a hockey player was shattered by a serious accident. His daughter died at birth. I can't imagine. His wife died in a car accident. His best friend, River Phoenix, died of an overdose. His sister battled leukemia.
Jeez.
Leukemia. That's one of the hardest diseases that anybody can ever have. No bodyguards, no luxury houses. Keanu lives in an ordinary apartment and likes wandering around town and often seen riding a subway in New York City. I think that's amazing.
Yeah, the dude's...
He's so human.
He's relatable.
He's relatable. When he was filming the movie The Lake House, he overheard the conversation of 2 costume assistants. One crying as he would lose his house if he did not pay $20,000. On the same day, Keanu deposited the necessary amount in his bank account.
That's wow.
What amazing, man.
Wow.
In his career, he has donated large sums to hospitals, including $75 million. Not 75,000, 75 million of his earnings from the Matrix to charities.
Wow.
In 2010, on his birthday, Keanu walked into a bakery and bought a brioche with a single candle, ate it in front of the bakery, and offered coffee to people who stopped by to talk to them. That's just so relatable.
Wow.
You don't see Hollywood stars
Most of
doing
them get
stuff.
upset when anybody approaches them.
Yeah, you don't see, let alone you never see a Hollywood star in a subway, riding a subway.
This is a man that is secure in who he is.
In 1997, some paparazzi found him walking one morning in the company of a homeless man in Los Angeles, listening to him and sharing his life for a few hours. In life, sometimes the ones most broken from inside are the ones most willing to help others. This man could buy everything, and instead, every day he gets up and chooses one thing that can't be bought. I think you'll be proud to wear his t-shirt. Let's go scroll down to that t-shirt.
We'll show you the t-shirt.
Guys, we're in full support of Keanu Reeves and what he's doing. Sex trafficking is a $150 billion global industry.
Wow.
Where children are exploited. They're trafficked, especially at the southern border. It's just a crazy, not even political. This isn't a political issue.
This isn't political at all.
This is a human issue.
Wow.
And David, you wanted to share a story from your own personal life with your wife and child. Can you go into it and just tell us a little bit about that?
Recently, September of last year, me and my wife had a miscarriage.
Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that.
That took months to get over. We were in the hospital for 12 hours, and Linda, my wife, was having very intense bleeding.
Oh.
And I was freaking out because, of course, I want my child to be okay. Now, we were only like a week or 2 into the pregnancy, so it wasn't fully developed.
But it's still a child.
But it's still a child, and we went to the hospital, and they said, most likely, from everything we can tell, the child's already gone.
Oh,
and at the 9-month mark, when the child was supposed to be born, that was the hardest part for us, because knowing that our child should have been there, and that was ripped from us, it was extremely difficult. Because I already was starting to imagine my son or daughter running around playing with my other child that I have. And that was extremely difficult. And reading his story, that would break anybody. Yeah. This isn't about manning up like our other stuff we've talked about. This is a human thing.
It's a father
People
thing.
struggle with 1/10 of what he does, and it breaks most of us because we're human. This is not political or anything. This is a human thing.
Human experience.
And at the end of the day, he is not worried about what people think of him, where he will sit with a homeless person for 2 hours and give them himself. And he's not above that. If there was somebody on his crew that needed, they're going to get kicked out of their house. And he said, here, have the money, because I know that by you having it, it does more good in the world than it's sitting in my bank account. This is a powerful thing. Don't forget your humanity. Even though we go through difficult things, all of us go through different stuff. I've struggled with a lot of emotional stuff in my life. I don't have the trauma he has. I have the trauma of knowing that I should have a child in this world that's not here. But don't forget that even in the midst of tragedy, don't forget who you are. And it's a lot easier said than done. So I don't want, if you've lost family, if you've lost children, I sympathize with you. I can't imagine. I can feel what you're going through to an extent, because I've experienced that. But don't forget who you are and be a human. When people are going through stuff, how can you help somebody out? Maybe you have a friend that can't pay their groceries. You know how many times that in me and my wife's beginning of our marriage, we couldn't even put food on the table. I was struggling.
How does that feel? How does that feel
as a man? You feel completely deflated, and there's no way up.
And I bet a lot of the listeners and fathers that are watching this right now, they feel your pain, David, about this situation that you went through. What were the emotions that you were going through as a man that the men out there can really connect with you on?
The most difficult thing as a man is to feel helpless.
Yeah.
When you're sitting in a hospital for 12 hours, my phone died in the first 2. You never know when.
So you were just sitting there.
I was just sitting
yourself.
there. I couldn't even watch YouTube.
You couldn't distract yourself.
I couldn't. My wife was taken in the back 4 to 5 different times.
Oh.
And I'm just sitting there. And one, I want to make sure that my wife is okay, because when you have a miscarriage, it's very dangerous. It's not just, oh, the baby's gone and now the wife's fine. There's a lot of situations where you can have things that are, I can't go into the science, but a lot of complications. And you're just sitting there wondering, is my wife okay?
Did I do something wrong?
Did I do something wrong? Everything in your mind as a man is questioning every move you made. What if we're able to go to the doctor as soon as we found out? What if, could they have saved the child? Did you as a man, because at that point in my life, I was a shell of who I am now. I wasn't a very strong man. So there was a lot of insecurities that my wife even felt because I wasn't being there for her as a man. And you question, what could I have done better? And it's tough. I can't imagine. This guy was abandoned by his father at 3 years old, had 3 different stepfathers. His wife died in a car accident.
Yeah.
If that happened,
love of your life,
I cannot
everything.
sit here and pretend I would be Keanu Reeves. I would probably.
Most men out there would probably
I would be in my
agree with
room
you.
and wouldn't leave forever. He might have done that. I don't know. But that would mark you for the rest of your life.
So let me ask you on top of that, David. So obviously that was very difficult. And as your brother, when I heard the news, it hurt me just as not just as much as you, because I mean, I'm not in your situation, but that's when a brotherhood is so important.
Yeah.
That's when family is everything. And if you don't have a family, I sympathize with that. But there are brothers in your life that you can either bring in your circle that you can call and just I think it's okay to call your brothers and say, hey man, I just need to cry. I just need to get these emotions out. I have no other way to do it. And I need my brothers right now in my corner. And I think that's the toxicity with what comes with the red pill space, is that they don't teach the value of emotion. That it's okay to cry as a man. It's okay to have those emotions, but you have to do it within the safety of a brotherhood. You shouldn't just cry to anybody, right? And so, David, what was your anchor in those moments that you really held on to as you were going through those emotions?
One God.
Yeah.
Because we're really big Christians, and I leaned into
unapologetically, by the way. We are unapologetically believe in God.
I leaned into him, and he gave me the strength. He gave me clarity, knowing that he, as clear as day, said to me that you're going to have multiple kids, and that someday when you're in heaven, you're going to be able to see your child again.
Yeah, your child is in heaven right now.
And you know the comfort that brings me, knowing that my child is with God. And then beyond that, a brotherhood, having brothers that hey, I just need you to come over and just sit with me. There's no agenda, just sit with me.
Yeah. Sometimes the best gift that you can give your brothers is just the gift of presence. Yeah. Just sitting with them, not giving them advice, not trying to beat them over the head with what you think should happen, because it's okay just to sit with somebody and be there with them. There's actually scientifically proven that when you're sitting with somebody and just listening, that it's actually healing to their brain. It's healing to their heart. And when you told me and you texted me and then you called me, I didn't sit on the phone with you and go, oh, you should just man up. Just become a better man. Man up. It's time to man up. I said, man, I'm so sorry. I have no idea how this is happening. I don't know why it's happening, but I'm here. I'm here to pray with you. I'm here to be your brother. I'm here to stand with you. What do you need? And so the first question that I'd recommend, as if you're going through this situation where you have a family member, just identify the need after sitting with them. Don't identify the need right away. Just be there, be present, give them the gift of your presence, because that in and of itself is so powerful and it's so healing, and it creates that bond that nothing in this world can tear brothers apart that have that ability to stand with each other and stand up and stand for something that's right.
Yeah, man, we're all humans, and hearing his story breaks me, because I can't imagine. I don't even know what to say. I'm trying to figure out some very creative thing that social media loves, but I can't, because I've gone through one aspect and that almost broke me. But everything else that he's done, he knew who he was. That's the most powerful thing as a man, is to know who you are as a man. And life is going to hit you.
It's going to smack you in the mouth.
Life is going to hit you, but it's okay to cry, man. If you're going through something like that, find brothers, man. Find brothers.
This is a different side of us. We're going to be showing you guys a lot of different sides. We do believe in empowering men to be better, stronger, happier, healthier. But there's also, with Keanu Reeves, which I really like, is that he took that pain and turned it into purpose. He attached that pain and said, pain is a promise. I embrace the pain, but I don't let it stop me and I don't let it cripple me. There may be pain in the night, but joy comes in the morning. Don't live,
brother.
To all the men out there, don't live in the valley. It's okay to stay in the valley for a season. It's okay to stay in the desert for a season and mourn, to find that inner emotion, but don't linger there forever.
Because at the end of the day, you still have to be there for your woman too. During this, Linda, my wife, was going through even way deeper stuff than me, because as the woman, that's more difficult than as the man. That's just a fact.
That's a fact.
And so as us man, you have to figure out a way to become whole quickly. Find your brothers, help you get there fast, because you have to be there for your woman. You can't be in this such deep emotional turmoil that she's on her own.
Yeah.
And that was something that was incredibly powerful that I learned during this, is find ways to become whole and become strong. Don't be afraid of your emotions, but then you have to be there strong for your woman. Because through that tragedy, me and my wife grew stronger than ever. She looked at me and said, I don't know how I got you. I don't know what I did to do. I don't know what I did to deserve you. And that as a man empowered me even more. So your women are there to empower you, but you're there to be there for your women and know that they're stronger because you're there. So
David, thank you so much for sharing your story. That is very powerful, and I hope you men out there can understand and see that there is purpose in your pain, but you can't linger there. So as we get off here, we really want to encourage all the men out there. Find brothers in your life that no matter what will not turn against you, that will be there for you in the pain and the sadness and the joy, because it's all encompassing. We are teaching men how to be fully whole in every area of their life, spiritually, emotionally, and emotionally, and mentally.
Yeah.
It is all encompassing.
You can't
take one part out because you don't feel good about it.
Yep.
You have to have a holistic view of your life as a man. And we are here to make a statement today that every part of your life where you feel broken, where you feel insecure and full of pain, there is purpose in it.
Yep.
And you are not alone.
You're not alone, man.
We're here.
You're not alone.
We're going to
comment below your stories. We want to hear the good, the bad, and the ugly.
We'll read out some of your comments on a future episode as well, and
we'll try to engage with you.
Yeah.
A lot of you know we've responded to a lot of your comments. As we get bigger, it'll be tougher. But right now, when we're in these baby steps, we're around 100 subscribers as we speak. It's kind of nice because we can interact with you guys more. So please subscribe, comment. You're going to have more emotional times where we share stuff we've gone through.
That's part of being a man.
That's part of being a man, is sharing your good, the bad, and the ugly, man. So
we are the Wilson brothers.
Take it easy.
Peace.